Let's see what awaits us in the collective energy reading this week. As usual, I'll do this as 3 parts. First part is the collective energy. Second part is the predictions for the week ahead. And the third part is the how to navigate this energy on a personal level. And I think I'm going to be using a different deck for that one because I've got a deck that wants to bring through a message for the personal energy for this week. So today's date is the 21st of June in the Southern Hemisphere, and I'll try to get this uploaded tonight. So ready for the week ahead. Let's get into today's reading. Let's see what the cards have in store for us today. So for the week ahead. Okay, first thing I'm noticing that I want to pull out is an optimistic approach. A situation of some sort is improving, which means we're getting improvements in the collective energy. And today is it's winter solstice for us here in the Southern Hemisphere, and the summer solstice for you in the Northern Hemisphere. So this is an important day as far as the turning point for collective energy. It's the beginning of a new cycle. So what I'm seeing here is an improvement coming in for a new cycle. Doesn't mean there's not going to be stuff going on, because when do we ever get a break from things going on in the world? I am picking up stuff around volcanoes, but volcanoes are kind of an ongoing thing anyway, so it's not really a predictive, but I was hearing like Krakatoa, so I was hearing alerting me to like volcano activity. So I see open dialogue communication, so maybe we're seeing in an optimistic approach when it comes to negotiations, open dialogue communication. But also I think the world's monitoring that situation. Okay, this is eyes on, now I'm hearing eyes on the sky, so which is interesting because this week we have the disclosure day. So we're monitoring something, sitting on top of communication. So practically I would say this is to do with monitoring the situation between the US and Iran, the communication there. It's monitoring what's going on in the strait as far as everybody abiding by rules, that kind of thing. So if that's more of a practical energy around this. Shelterless crisis displacement. This could be related to people that had to leave the area prior to war, that displacement energy. So they're returning, or is it safe? They're monitoring the situation. Is it safe to return to their homes? But we see optimistic approach. I've got to keep coming back. It's in the center of the reading here. So when it comes to the title card, which is the shelterless crisis card, the displacement, are we going to see improvements in the crisis that's going on? We're seeing open communication, and we're seeing in a monitoring the situation state. So I'm not seeing anything that's hugely, these are a little bit tense. So this is the fire, wrath, tension heating up. So something is heating up around an authoritarian type ruler or leader. So collectively within the energy, collective energy for the week ahead, not predictively, that's the next section. We're hoping for an optimistic approach and improved situation. It's more than just hoping. So when it appears in the spread, it's saying that the energy is getting better. The collective energy is improving, and that is because people are focusing on more positive things. Now, whether that is to do with, being distracted by, say, sporting events or things going on, they're still not as tense as the escalating war, escalating crisis, all those kind of things. So they're focusing their attention on entertainment. That's where the sporting is coming into it, that I'm hearing the sporting. So it's as kind of entertainment. Sport is entertainment. So they're focusing on sporting or entertainment to kind of as a distraction, but it is improving the overall collective energy because we're not all focused on the negativity and the tension that's going on around. However, there is tension. There is things still heating up in the collective, and especially around forced compliance, complying to the rules. As I heard when I first opened the reading, monitoring the situation to make sure that both sides are complying to the negotiation here. Things heating up. Now, are they heating up because maybe somebody is not going to be, it's not predictive, this is collective. So tension heating up because of complying to the rules. If it was predictive, I would say somebody won't be complying with the rules, and that will cause tension. But this is collective. I'm seeing drama. I'm seeing, as far as this line down the middle, I'm feeling like it's lighter. It's much lighter stuff that's going on that the collective is focused on this week. Entertainment. Now, entertainment can also be news, headlines. Okay, I think we should move on to, so as far as the energy, as collective energy that I'm feeling, improvements. It feels lighter. The energy feels lighter. Feels like there's more focus on other things that are not quite as intense, focused on things that are entertaining a little bit more, whether they're distractions or not. The energy just feels lighter to me. So let's move on to the predictive side. Okay, interesting. Predictively similar cards. So you saw me shuffling. In fact, some of these cards jumped up and looped to come back out. So it's definitely wanted to bring out these cards. But similar energy around as what we had with the collective energy. Now, the climate reckoning, earth responding, that's what I was picking up on when I was first shuffling and tapping in at the very beginning, was something around earthquakes or volcanoes, because I was hearing Krakatoa. So the earth responds, earth responding to electromagnetic energy, solar flares, whatever the energy, it's responding in some way. Movement, I guess. I'm just trying to think what it's tapping into. So force. I keep picking up things around Now, I don't know if it's magnetism or lava or all these little words that keep going through that I keep hearing, but it feels to be some kind of the force. So I'm guessing it's movement, earth movement, because it's like forces colliding's not the big thing, but it's just force, the force of the earth, and that would be an earth response. Okay, dry spell, scarcity could be things like drought or lack of rain. We very rarely see this card, actually. So now I am getting there is a turning point. Well, we've been getting turning point in the last few weeks, but today being the solstice, being the winter solstice or summer solstice, I feel like we're in a turning into a different, like it's a different cycle. So maybe it's something to do with the El Nino, I think it's called. Maybe we're moving into a different cycle. The dry cycle, the heat cycle, or what it feels to be a turning point, as in the changing of cycles or seasons. Predictively coming up, we're seeing outdated, dismantling, obsolete systems, entertainment system in the entertainment industry. this is the Tower card. This is Pluto energy coming in to make great changes and transformations around the entertainment industry. Entertainment industry can be sport, can be media, can be celebrities, can be rulers, monarchy, things like that. I'm not getting so much that it is the monarchy, but I am getting that it is outdating of old systems when it comes to the entertainment industry. Social media is also entertainment industry. And we're having to shift our thinking and think about things in a different way, sitting on top of open dialogue communication. So communicating the way we communicate, social media, the way we hear our news is mainstream media. Hearing about things in the entertainment industry that is going to be outdated. I'm trying to put this together in a practical type prediction. Definitely getting the Earth movement as a prediction, and a changing of cycles, changing of, say, like El Nino, that kind of thing, into a different cycle. That's definitely a clear prediction. But this stuff over here, it's more like it's connected to the way we see media, the way we view media, and it's predictively for the week ahead. Predictively, if it's to do with the Iran, Israel, US, then we're having to shift thinking and rethink about the situation here. Open dialogue, communication. And why I say that is because it's not like we're going back on the negotiations and restarting again. There is a moving forward, but there seems to be a shift a little bit. There's a shift coming, a little bit of a shift in either the negotiations or the way we think about a certain thing. Outdated, obsolete systems can also be religion values as well, religious values, doing things differently. It's like a moving forward. It's not stepping back, it's moving forward to do things a little bit differently. So today I'm using the Signature Oracle to do the personal, how to navigate the energy on a personal level. That bit of anxiety coming up as the number one card, and it's saying about keeping anxiety to yourself, so trying to deal with things on your own. Instead, it's asking you to release, because there's a warning around pushing anxiety down or not dealing with your anxiety or mental illness correctly. So you need to work with others, get out of your head. Definitely get out of your head, whether that means going out and having more fun or being around other people. You're saying get out of your own head. That's the biggest message here that I'm seeing. Open new doors, new possibilities. Both of these are opening doors. Doors open, flinging wide open, and getting outside, moving outside into the collective energy, moving out amongst the collective, be amongst people. Because if you're feeling like the world's just a mess and everybody's negative, you need to go outside, be amongst people, because it's not actually that way. So it's get out of your head, try to get about amongst people, feel the energy of people, because it's not as bad as where it's being made out to us. It's easy to follow a narrative of which further enhances in mental illness and anxiety if we are being segregated or isolated from other people. So it's saying that don't fall for that. Be out amongst people, because generally people are inherently good, and it's about trying to connect into the energy of the collective that way, instead of being brainwashed by media, TV, movies, that the world is just a mess. Because it's asking you to get out of your head, get out of your house, get out into the community, get out into the collective energy and feel the energy, have more fun, be invigorated by the energy. Now, I know it's stressful for some people, especially being out amongst crowds, especially if you're an empath. That energy can feel a little bit draining, but this is saying there's a warning against isolating yourself from that. We need collaborating. We need to be around other people to help pick up our moves. So it works in both ways. So sometimes when you're an empath and you're out amongst the community and you feel very drained, it can work in the opposite way as well. And this is what it's asking you to do. In this case, it's saying get out of your head, get out of your house, open the doors wide open, air out your house, let fresh air in as well. I'm getting out of this, but it feels to be the energy feels very stagnant and negative. So you need to release that energy, do some cleansing or some clearing, but most of all, get out in nature, get out amongst people, because it's picking up the energy that way. There's a danger or a warning to just being inside your head, inside your bubble here. Now, I know sometimes I say when the cards come out, protective bubble, go within, protect your mental health, but in this case it's saying the opposite. It's saying move out of that, so move out into spread your beautiful light for a start amongst others. But there's it's time now to get out of your head. It's time now to get out into nature. It's time to move out into the world, feel the energy in a more positive way. Now, one thing you can do is focus on nature, focus on the beauty of how beautiful this world really is. Focus on beautiful things. Find something beautiful to focus on, and really and that helps build that heart coherence energy, which raises your vibration. So maybe focus on that, and so does fun. So does finding the things, the joys in life, the things that you thrive on, that these things pick up your energy. So there is a warning here against being in your head, because you're needing a fuel source. You're needing to be, and that comes from joy, it comes from heart energy, to pick your energy up here. Hope you all have a beautiful week.